Guys, this is an example number 1. I'm going to try to work through with you this example. I don't know if this is going to work that I'm trying to do, but let's try to do it this way. So question number 1 says Mr. Koza places $100 in savings account. That means that is Mr. Koza's present value. $100. And then in savings account paying 8%. That is the interest that is paying, which is 8%. Compounded annually. If it's compounded annually, usually what they say is that with the compounded you use M to show that it's compounded annually, but we're going to deal with this M at a later stage. But for now I'm just gonna say it because I'm already here. So this M is just an indication that if it's compounded annually, then we say M is gonna be 1. And then we are calculating. So the question says how much will he have at the end of year 1. So our N is gonna be 1. That's 1 year for our N. So we are calculating how much in future, which is at the end of year 1. So we're calculating the future value. We're looking for a future value. That is our unknown. So using our calculator, we are going to say we're first going to make sure that our calculator is, let's move this. First going to make sure that calculator is cleared. Say on our calculator, and then we say, you see it's 100 Rand. But that's what like the amount that I've inserted when I first used the calculator. So we're going to say orange shift, clear all. It's orange shift, clear all. That's it. So there's nothing in the calculator. Now we need to input our inputs to get our output, which is the future value. So how we are going to do this, we are going to say our present value is 100 Rand. That's our present value. This is our present value. That's our present value. That's the amount. But because that 100 Rand is the amount we are saving, it's going to come out of us. So we need to put a minus to indicate that amount, it's a minus from our side that we are saving. And in future, we need to know the value that is going to be a positive, which is going to come back to us. So we're going to say it's a minus present value, is 100 Rand. And then we say 8%, which is our interest. And then we say 1 is our N. And then calculate our future value. That's 108. So our future value is going to be $108. That's our future value. Then we are done solving this. In the calculation, if we are using a formula, we are going to say future value N equal to PV N 1 plus interest into N compounded, because it's compounded, so it's a compound formula. So we are going to say $100, which is our present value, into 1 plus 0.08, which is our interest, then to the power 1. Then we calculate it using this calculator, which is the Casio. Then we say 100 times 1 plus 8% to the power 1. Then that's our $108. You see, they give us the same answer, but the best way to save time and make sure that you get good marks on your exam is to use the financial calculator, this one, to get your answer. But if you want to be sure, you can use your Casio and then you compare your answers. But I would suggest that you do that when you are practicing, and then when you are writing your exams, you use the financial calculator. So next question, in the next question we say Mrs. Koza places in $800 in savings account. So that's the present value that Mrs. Koza has. It's $800. That's the amount that is going to place. So you can say in your brackets, just to communicate with the lecture, this is the amount that we're going to put as a minus because it's going to the savings account. and then at the interest rate of 6%, and then it is compounded annually, that M is going to be 1. And then how much will she have at the end of 5 years, which means our N is 5 years. And then we are looking for future value that you need to have at 5 years. So using our financial calculator again, we are going to say 800, which is minus this PV, and then we say okay, let's just say clear all first. Clear all, don't forget to say clear all just like I did. Then you say your 800, you put a minus on it, and then you press your PV, and then you move to say 6%, which is your interest rate. That's your interest rate. And then you say 5, which is your N number of years, and then you calculate your future value. Then your future value, it's 58 cents. Let's just prove it using our calculator, our formula. So we said N, excuse me guys, I don't have a tripod, so I'm struggling a bit. So our present value is going to be $800. 1 plus our interest rate is going to be 6%. Then our N is 5 years. Then calculate our future value. So we use our Casio calculator. We say 800 times 1 plus 6% to the power 5. That's our answer. You see, same, but we are saving time using this calculator. Same, 1070.58 dollars. So that's our amount. So that's it guys. That's why I advise you to use the financial calculator, because it makes everything more easier than using the formulas. And you might forget your formulas as there's so many formulas to learn from finance. But if you know your financial calculator, you know your story and you'll be fine. So yes, this is for 2 examples. Let's move to the 2 more examples that I have for you. So with these 2 more examples, we have this one. It says, I'm going to use this red pen. Mr. Koza has opportunity to receive $300 1 year from now. So that means in future, in 1 year from now, he's going to receive 300. No. Okay, let's just read the whole thing and finish up it all. It says, Mr. Koza has an opportunity to receive $300 1 year from now. If he can earn 6% on his investment, what is the most he should pay now? So we need to know how much he needs to pay. But in future, he's going to receive 300. So that means in future, that's a future value. It's going to be $300. But we have the interest. Let's just put our things first to make this whole thing perfect. And we needed to know from our N is 1 year. Then our unknown is PV in this case. We don't know. So the best thing you can do when you're doing the calculation is to make sure you put the input, what do you have, and then listen to the whole thing that you're reading. What do you need to find out? So in our case, we need to find the present value. So we are going to first use our financial calculator. We say orange shift, clear all. Orange shift, clear all. So we say 300 is the present value. You see, I didn't put a minus because that's the amount we are going to have by our side in future. And then we say 6%. Then our N is 1. Then we find our PV. So our PV is $283.02. So that's our PV using our formula. So if you remember our formula, we said it's future value equal to PV 1 plus I into N. So we need to make sure that we shift our formula before we can solve this. So in shifting our formula, we say 1 plus I into n over 1 plus I into n. So these, they cancel each other, and then we are left with PV, which is equal to future value over 1 plus I into n. So in our solving, we're going to say our future value, which is $300 over 1 plus our I is 6%, then our n is 1. So we're going to say, we're going to say 300 over 1 plus 6% over 1. So that's our answer. It's 283.02. See, they are the same. They are the same, but this one is for formula, so different for equation. So that's why I advise you guys to make use of this financial calculator and know how to use a financial calculator. And yeah, it's going to be very smart of you to make use of it, and it's going to make sure that you use less time when you're writing your tests and exams. So last question. Last question, we say Pam wishes to find the present value of 1.7 that will be received 8 years from now. So that means that if Pam wants to find the present value of 1.7 that will be received 8 years from now, that is a future value that you are given. So Pam has this amount, 1.7, which is the future value, but he wants to find the present value. So n is 8 years, and then interest rate is 8%. So we are looking for PV. So again, we're going to use a calculator. We say orange shift, clear all. Say we're going to say 1.7. Sorry, this is where we say we move when you've made a mistake. So it's $1.7 on our, that's our future value, sorry. Then we have 8, which is our n. Then we have 8 is our interest. Then we are looking for a future value. So our future value is going to be PV is equal to 918.46. That's our present value. Let's use our formula. So our formula, we did our formula in this part. So we're just going to take this one straight away. So our future value divided by 1 plus I over n. So we say 1.7 1 plus I. Our I is 8% over to the power 8, because that's our n. So we say 1.7, which is 1 plus 8%. So 1 plus 8% to the power 8. There we go. Our answers are the same. See? Answers are the same. But this one, it's a formula. We're using Casio. We're using Casio, using our formula. Remember, this one is the lump sum, which is a single amount. So that is why we are not saying anything about the PMT. So yeah, guys, that's it for this week. Next week we will be dealing with annuities, and yeah, I'll upload another video for next week, probably this weekend, for annuities, which is where we're going to be talking about the PMT and M, which is single amount. It's not going to be part of the things that we'll be doing. And then after that, we'll be dealing with the mixed stream. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you have learned. If you have any question, please drop them in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer them. And sorry for being up and down because I don't have a tripod, but I hope as time goes on we are going to have a tripod and things will be much easier. But I hope you understand and you have taken the clues and the tricks and the everything to make your finance more easier. And please don't forget to subscribe and share with everyone that you know may need this information. And thank you for tuning up until this time, and I hope this helps a lot.